after that botch punt, but your defense held them to the field goal. They also got a turnover on downs after another turnover. They've been so good and such sudden change defense all season long. How good is that to see this late in the season?
Yeah, it's great, and it's good. You hate to say it's good, but it's also good when you have some adversity and yet you respond. You hate to. Will's got wide receiver hands. He's got great hands, and his first ball he's mishandled in 4 years here. So that's tough because you give up like 20 yards of negative yards right there. But the flip side of that, defense goes out there and holds a really good offense to a red zone field goal. So I was really proud of them. And then the stop on downs was tremendous. We played well. We played really well. Guys were just flying around up front, and they just couldn't get comfortable. Just could not get in a rhythm. And again, missing those two receivers was definitely hurt them. But we played great coverage, and we mixed it up. We brought some pressure, we played some coverage, we did some different things, and didn't allow them to get in any rhythm.
It seems like defenses are doing a lot to try to limit their receivers, like bracketing and all that stuff, in coverage. But y'all are still able to.
Yeah. We have. We have. Answers. If you're going, there's only so much you can do. You can play two safety, you can play one safety, you can play. When you play two safety, you can play quarters, you can play cover two, you can play two safety and cloud it. There's only so many things you can do. So we try to have answers built into our system, and then it's on Trevor to process things the right way post snap, and then it's on our receivers to make the right reads, the right adjustments, and be on the same page. And we got an experienced group of guys. And then as you saw today, we were able to run the ball well in some long yardage situations, whether it be second and long. We had some third down runs, so just you can't just play coverage because we can block you, and we got guys that can run the ball when we got advantageous numbers, regardless of the down and distance. So it was a good day and good execution. Trevor's he's playing lights out.
Would it have been useful in retrospect to have your secondary face a guy as talented as Surratt, especially Surratt, and with what's coming up, would that have been
Yeah, we just play who's out there.
Yeah.
I hate to see them lose guys, but they've played great players. They play them every day in practice. So if you ever come to one of our practices, you'll get all you want because it's good on good every day. We do man to man every day. We do 7-on-7 every day. We do team pass good on good every day. And so, it just doesn't matter. We feel like that if we practice the right way, then we can be prepared for game day and really not be overwhelmed by anybody. T. Higgins and Ross and Overton and Amari and Ngata and Ladson and all those guys. It's fun to watch practice. So that's where your confidence comes from. So, I hate it for Wake Forest again. That would have been obviously a big help for them. As far as us, we just try to play the game and perform and move on to the next one.
Fans may be confused by, the long mesh point, the quarterback and the running back wait until the last second to make the decision. In layman's terms, what's the logic behind it? And even though it didn't work today, it works obviously at some points. What's their strategy for doing that?
Well, it's just a slow ride that creates conflict, and I'd love to sit in one of their offensive meetings, to be honest with you, and just kind of hear the breakdown of what they're doing, or more importantly, how they teach it, because I think it's interesting. But I think the biggest thing with Dave is I think he's trying to create something unique, and it's well coordinated, but it just creates a lot of conflict for those safeties and those backers. Now, and they're good up front. They're good in that offensive line. And, they do a nice job, and everything's timed up with it from an RPO standpoint. And it just creates time up front to see the blocks get set. And, if a guy overplays it, then a gap comes open. Those guys see it. So it just gives him more time to really read things and create distortion in the defense. Now, you got to be able to block them. You got to be able to hold up front, and I think that was an advantage for us today. We were able to shorten the read time. It was a slow ride, and it had to become, couldn't be as slow with us because we had speed coming, and we were able to create a new line of scrimmage, and we brought pressure, and then we played press man a good bit as well, and so it just disrupted their timing. But it's been a great scheme for them. It's been a great scheme, and when you watch them and you get ready for them and you study, I mean they move the ball on everybody. They're throwing the ball for 300 and something yards, and the reason is it all comes through the run game, and it creates windows, and then that quarterback is very good. He's a very good football player, but again, I just don't think they were able to get in the rhythm of what they want to do with the timing.
Yeah, but with Justin and Amari, what exactly happened with them leaving the game?
Amari just fell on his shoulder, and Justin bruised his. I guess he thought they went and checked his rib, but he was okay.
Yeah, you guys have won 4 straight by at least 45 points right now. Do you feel like you guys are hitting on all cylinders the way that you need to now that you get into the final stretch run?
Oh, we're playing our best football really the last 6 games. We've played really well. I mean, we're not trying to win by a certain amount of points. We're just trying to play and execute our offense and execute on defense. And again, I mean, I think Trevor might have played 1 series, maybe 2 series in the 3rd quarter. Travis Etienne's had 4 carries in the 4th quarter all year. So it's not like we're trying to score a certain amount of points, or we're just playing. And when we sub, we just let them play. Those guys are going in the game, and we just want those guys to be able to play. And but yeah, we're playing very consistent. We're doing the things that you got to do to win championship. And you got to win in the trenches. You got to be able to run the ball, stop the run. You got to have explosive plays. You got to take care of the football. You got to make some plays in special teams, and you got to create some advantageous field positions. And we've been able to do all those things. So, and we've done it consistently, regardless of who we play or where we play. And so that's the thing I'm most proud of. But we're 11-0. We've played 10 really good football games all year. I mean, we've played well all year. We're just playing really, really clean. We played well in every game, but early we had a few more mistakes. But we're just not making many mistakes that beat ourselves or limit us. We're playing pretty clean, and defensively creating turnovers. We're like, I think we were 2nd in the country in takeaways coming into this game. So we're just getting our hands on a lot of balls, and causing fumbles, and getting interceptions, and that speaks again to that back 7 and how detailed they are in their preparation.
Is this the stretch where the most dominant you've seen that you've been?
Well, I mean, I haven't had a team like this that's played this consistent. Last year's team at this time, it's a pretty focused group, but we had 2 really tough games last year, down to the wire, and this team has had 1. This team has really played well. I think offensively we're way ahead of where we were this time last year. It's really not even close. People spend a lot of time saying we don't play anybody. They don't really pay attention to how we play and who we are. We just play whoever shows up, and we've done that for a long time. These guys are playing well. You got to execute, and then defensively, I'm so proud of our defense. And again, that back 7 and how they led and allowed all those guys up front to just kind of grow up and play to the strengths. And you just don't see us out of position very much. We're for the most part where we're supposed to be, and just not many busted big plays. People made a few big plays on us, but where they just made a play, but not a lot of just guys not where they're supposed to be, not in their gaps and things like that. And so when people have to move at the distance, it's hard to play that clean against our defense consistently.
Dabo, you mentioned Trevor earlier.